Hello and welcome back. We've got the 86 running here back to the station. I've made a couple of other minor adjustments to the pantograph since the last video, so it's running reasonably well, but I don't think it's ever going to be perfect. We'll just see how she does through the point work and the new catenary into the station here. And we'll bring her gently to a stop, just about there I think. As you can see, since the last video, I've run out the catenary right through the station now, back onto the main line there. We'll just have a swift look down here. Catenary running under the footbridge, which I think looks quite smart. And let's just have a quick look at that pantograph. I could go on making slight alterations and tiny bends is what it boils down to trying to adjust the angle of the various pieces of metal here, but in the end I think if I go too far I'm just going to end up causing damage, so I think we'll call it a day with the adjustments on there. So I think what we'll do is we'll switch the points for the station here, and we'll keep the electric in the station. Let's see if we can move this either onto the incline and the elevated section. So we'll close points number 8, I think it's going to be 6. Excuse my indecision here. So I have got all of these point motors wired up. I said I was going to get the one on the elevated section done, but I've gone ahead and done all of them. Quite a bit of work. It's in progress. Nothing's quite nailed down yet, as it were. So we'll see if we can get that to throw. So I really am working out what works best in what order, and I do have a plan for getting this lot a great deal tidier than that. As I say, it's not all set in stone yet. I've got this very rough diagram which is helping me work out what's happening, so excuse any mistakes or accidents, because this is all just a bit of fun. So now we'll move the IVAT up beyond points number 1. Let's just have a look where we're going. Yeah, there's nothing else on the line, so we'll give this a little gentle power. Nice and smoothly away. She's got the shunters wagon there. That was available between 73 and 78. I think there's a couple of different model numbers available with it. Let's just stop that there. And then that's points number 1, strangely, we've got there, so we'll see if we can throw those. Those have been a bit temperamental in continuity in the last week or so. So let's see how we do with these. So I don't know whether I need a new point in there or it needs a little bit of attention. So let's see if we can get that running up the incline backwards. So a little power. She seems to be running quite nicely there. A little vibration from the model. Don't know whether we can have a quick look at that shunters wagon there. You can see the insert picture in the corner there. So I think that was available 73 to 75 as model number RO28, and then 76 to 78 as R208. Again, the insert picture's probably better. I think it came with silver seal wheels and without, which denotes the 2 different model numbers, I think. So let's see if we can continue a little bit of a jump into life there. Nice shadow on the wall there from the bright light in the room, across the bridge, and we'll stop just before the points there, which I've numbered 10. So let's just swap hands on the camera here, and we'll switch those. Let's see if I can reach behind me. Let's see if we can see those ones run. There we go, nice click. Let's see if we can just reverse that back up towards the unloading bridge. So what we need is something underneath there to catch the coal beams. I don't know whether you can hear that noise. There's hail beating against the window at the moment. So that's the noise in the background. So I've got the diesel shunter with an empty ore wagon. And it is quite loud, that hail. So this is the spur that runs into the underneath the coal bridge, sorry, the unloading bridge. And I think we're at point number 3 there. So that will be power, take its power from the inside line. So let's see if we can get point number 3. Yeah, so let's see if we can back up this model and get it underneath the bridge. So let's see if we can see the controller. It's not quite wide enough, this camera. I'm just going to stop that there and swap hands on the camera so I can stand a little closer to that. So see if we can follow her around a little more. Looks nice under the elevated section there. Again, that really is quite a lot of noise coming from the hail on the window. It must be a terrific hailstorm. So let's see if we can, sorry, I'm wandering around. So we want that centre wheel just by the bridge there. I think we've got a little bit of a stall here. I think we're going to have to give it a little bit of a tap. We seem to have come to a slight stop there. So let's see if that's done the trick. A little bit too far backwards. I think that's about it. So I think if we have a look there, see if we're lined up. Yeah, there she is underneath there. So let's see if we can roll the IVAC back and drop those beans into the wagon below. So it sounds like they dropped out there. Let's have a look. So there's still a few left caught in there. I think we'll give that a bit of a helping hand. I don't know whether we can see whether they're all down there. So there we go. So if I back that wagon up a little more, the trapdoor should close. Let's give that a go. So that's closed the trapdoor, and then we can roll it forward again. I don't know whether I could get this to run slow enough to keep it all as one motion. It seems a little optimistic, the time that the door would stay open and then begin to close again. So I think it is always a roll and stop and unload and then roll back to close. But there we have the wagon underneath. Let's roll her forward and we'll have a look what we've got there. So again, excuse the wobbly camera, I'm just turning around behind me. And we'll bring her out. I think we'll just take her just beyond the bridge. Excuse the excess speed there. There we go, coal beams transferred. I think what we're going to do is shut off the point to the IVAT and the sidings there, and we'll get something else out for a bit of a run. So that's points number 10. There we go, and then we'll close number 1. In the background you can hear that click away. So let's see what else we can get out for a bit of a move. So we've got the old R751 sitting there, so we'll see if we can hook that up with the Mark II coaches there, the blue and greys. So we've got point number 9. Let's see if we can get that to run. That's a very reassuring click, that, isn't it? Not all point motors are equal. All points, some of them move freer than others, and some of these motors have a real snap to them. And I think we need number 6 opened again. And we should shut off the supply to the track that goes underneath the coal bridge. That will be number 3. So we think that that great blue and yellow diesel there is going to run forward now. So let's see. There she goes. So we're going to roll her forward of points number 8. And we'll stop her there. Very long running model. This started in green back in I think in 1965. Again, have a look at the insert picture there. I think this is a late 70s variant. I think it probably went on into the 80s, this model, with paint finish, different running numbers from time to time. And I think different liveries as the liveries changed in the UK. We're going for point number 8 there. So now we need to back into that siding and let's pick up those coaches. It's very difficult to tell whether that's hooked up or not with those soft plastic couplings on there. Yeah, I think we have those, so let's bring her out onto the main line and see what we can do. So a little more power. There she is behind the footbridge. A little bit of a jump into life there and a hum. She is out through the points, and we'll just switch number 6 so we don't have any derailments. There we go. Hailstorm seems to have died down. I think it's very wet out there. You can hear the tyres in the wet road in the distance. So let's see if we can get her all the way around the layout. So there she is, hiding under the bridge there, the cocoa. And I haven't checked, so let's hope there's nothing lying on the line. Nice noise over the diamond crossing there. Running behind the station on the far platform. So roughly back where we started. So I think if we fiddle with the point work now, let's see if we can get her up and over the incline. So we definitely need number 1. So if I look down here, and number 2 is the tail end of the incline, which is just there. And then we need a clear run through 3, 4 and 5 need to switch. Yeah, they're definitely going to be better on 1 switch, I think. Don't know why I put those on 2, and then number 6. So it is work in progress. There we go. So that should run all the way around and back to the main line, but going up and over. So let's give that a bit of a go. So let's give it some power. Not so much a jump into life that time. Again, I apologise for the wobbly camera there. I have to keep turning around and swapping hands. So she's got just the 2 traction tyres, this model, and she's not that heavy. I think we are going to get a little wheel slip as she climbs. Here, it's just the tiniest bit of slip there, but that's quite a few coaches, isn't it? Probably going to pick up a little speed by herself here, dropping down the elevated section here. All looking fairly good so far. A little bit of a hiccup there. I think we might have a derailment. So I'm just going to stop that there. We'll just have a quick check over these wheels. I think there was a bit of a problem here. So I think we all seem to be on. Looking good along there. Looking good there, so I think we might have got away with that. So let's give that a little bit more power and see how she sounds. So let's just have a look. So that was coming into here, I think is where the problem started. So maybe that point hadn't quite thrown correctly. So I think we should probably just give that another go, really. Seems silly not to. Perhaps we'll be a little bit gentler with it this time. Although perhaps we'll run around a bit quicker to get there. Calm down a bit for the point work. I suppose we could do a standing start test, couldn't we, on the incline. Let's get all of the coaches on the elevated section. Let me just stand back a little so we can just check that we're all... Yeah, so it's all on the rise there. So let's see if we can do a standing start. See if you'll pull all of those... what have we got? Six coaches there, he says, hopefully. So So let's see what we get here. Yeah, there is wheel slip, but she's going to do it. And into the curve, a little bit more friction there. Looks pretty good. And she's not charging away. So let's take the power right off this as she comes down now. So we've got the weight of the 6 coaches pushing her down. Let's slow this right down. So let's have a stop there. So it's the 3rd point along, I think, is where the problem was last time. So we're back in business. I checked over a few things. The model was as I thought it would be. It was absolutely fine. And what it turned out to be, it's the simple things, isn't it? It was the point motor here. Because I've been running the model on the layout for a number of weeks now without any trouble, but these point motors are all in just in the last few days really. And I mustn't have run it through this set in this direction. And the underframe of the model just clipped on the point motor. As you can see, I've swapped out, because before it was one of these older plastic types, and I put in one of these slightly newer metal bodied point motors. If you have a look at the insert picture there, you can see the problem as I run the model through there. So I've swapped that over now, just pinched one from the other side of the layout, and I've got to sort the wiring out, putting it back in again the other side, but that'll do for another time. This video has dragged on a little bit more than I was thinking, but let's stick with it. Let's see if we can run the model through the point work there and have a look. So we'll give it a little power. Let's see if we can catch this from the offending side. So I've slightly lost the model for a moment there. You can see how close that would be. So there, I think we'll just bring that to a stop just by the bridge there, and I think we're going to open what's going to be points number 12, so we can run right the way around and put this lot back in the station. Now I think all we've got to do is throw 12. Let's look for the switches. So we've got number 12 here. There we go. So let's have a bit more power and see if we can get this back into the station. I suppose I should check the point work at the station before we go to that. I've knocked a lot of switches in the last half an hour or so, trying things out. So let's have a look. What do we got? Number 17 is good. 18 is good. 19 needs to shift. So otherwise we'll run into the front of the electric there, sitting on the platform. So let's throw number 19. Sounds good from here. So let's give this lot a little more power. You can hear that floating set of wheels. It always makes me think it's derailed when it's not, this model. I don't like the diamond crossing, those floating wheels. So we'll just bring that into the station there. Now, I think we've just tripped across one of the isolating sections perhaps. Let's have a quick look. Let's have a look back here, and because I've got points number 4 and 5. So I should be able to bring the locomotive a bit further in. There we go. I need to remember where these things are. There are some isolated sections in this station, so we'll be able to have some fun and games. So I've got isolated both rails here and here, and again there's one here, and there's one just under there on the platform, under the canopy there. So that means we'll be able to swap locomotives in here at some point, but just remembering how you've set the points is going to influence how that runs. So let's tidy a few things up. What do we think? Time for one more run with something? Perhaps the Jinty here. So you've got an engineer's coach here. So engineer's coach is sort of in green. I think it was only possibly in 1 or 2 years in the late 60s in green. They were normally in black. I've got the dates for that written down somewhere, but let's another fiddle with the point work. We'll go for the inside line. So I think we'll close number 6. There we have that. So I'm not thinking right here at all. We'll open number 6 again, and we'll open number, let's do this properly, number 11, so we can run to the inside. So there's 11, that's a double set. And then we've got to close number 8. So I think we're all set to go. And I just need to energise the end of the rail there. So if we've done everything correctly, everything else should probably stay put. So let's grab the power. And around she goes. So she's going to go through the crossover under the bridge, or almost under the bridge there. So we'll just close that again. That's points number 11, I think we said. There we go. And then let's just run those forwards again. We're just going to swap hands. And we'll run the other way. So the engineer's coach, available 63 to 67, and in 66 to 67 it was in this sort of green livery. It's very difficult to see at the moment, backlit there. So if you have a look at the insert picture, you can see some of the old catalogue pictures there. You can just see its colour there, can't you? And they changed it from black to green for the last couple of years of its production. I think that's got the engineer department on the side there, and I think it has a running number. Is it just 20 on the side there? Yeah, just 20. So it's just one of those clear story coaches moulded in a different colour. Let's give that a little bit of power and just follow that round, just as the last thing today, I think. Again, the video didn't turn out quite as I was expecting today. So let's just follow that through there. And we've gone somewhere else I wasn't expecting it to go. So it stalls slightly on the points. Let's give that a little power backwards. Let's try that again. Yeah, seems to run through okay that time. So I think we'll close number 2, and then we'll make our way around the inside as I had originally planned. So let's give that another run. So all part of the fun really, setting this lot up and getting it all running. Looks great with that engineers department coach, I think. Let's see if we can see this through the underneath the elevated section there. And out she comes. And there we have it. That's I know what we'll do, we'll bring it forward again and then we'll take it through these points here. So we'll flip number 4 and 5, they're definitely going to be better together, so we'll back that, get the right direction out through the point work there. And then we want 5. We might as well switch 4 whilst we're at it there. And then we'll take it back into the platform where she came from. So let's have a go at that. Wrong controller because it's on the outside line now. I think we'll stop that there. We won't run that up into the buffers like I have been doing. Far too silly, perhaps. Again, thanks for watching. It's hugely appreciated. Again, I apologise it wasn't really the sort of videos I've been making, but it was all a bit of fun. Great deal of work's gone on, as you can see, but I think it all turned into quite a great thing in the end. Thanks a lot for watching. Goodbye now.